Hello everybody and welcome to take 2 of Wisdom Wednesday. It's now Friday and I've only just realised, with the help of my gorgeous person Ruth, that it didn't actually save. So here I am. I'm going to do exactly the same thing that I did on Wednesday night, and I hope some people will come in and ask me some questions. So welcome to Wisdom Wednesday on this April. I'm Zoe Buckley. I'm the director and founder of Learning Boosters. I'm also a #1 best-selling Amazon author of Learning Boosters for Children with Learning Difficulties. I also have Lost in Australia. It's called a book that is a resource for kids from grade 1 to grade 6, and that's all about geography of Australia and history and lots of lovely things in that book. If you're interested in having a look at that, please go to my website at www.learningboosters.com.au. First up, I would like to say congratulations to all of those parents out there that are battling along, trying to do their work, look after their kids, teach the kids some stuff, give them a good education, direct them morally, please and thank yous, all that sort of stuff. It's an unprecedented time, isn't it? It's a difficult time that we're in at the moment, but that too shall pass. And I'd like to let you know that I am here to help in any way I can. I've actually just about to start a new session on Mondays called Mull It Over Monday, which will be at 2 p.m. on Mondays, where you guys, parents and kids, can bring along something you're having a little bit of difficulty with in maths and English, and I'll help you out with that live online. It's a free service. I'm not selling anything. There's no strings attached. I'm just wanting to help all those parents out there who are doing a fabulous job. So my first bit of booster for you, I guess, is to let it go. Okay, there's lots of parents out there that are actually not teachers. They're doing the best job they possibly can, and all those teachers out there, I am sure, are also giving you resources to use. But you're not a teacher, folks, so give yourself a break. Okay, I'm sure you're all doing a fantastic job. So we're all working remotely, aren't we? So there's lots of new things being put in place with our work and with our kids being at home to work remotely and so on. Possibly also only having one computer in a household, or maybe 2, and you've got 3 or 4 kids. So we have to learn and we have to work out some schedules. So I'm going to give you a few ideas on that, and I'm going to give you a few fun family things that you can do together, which are also great learning things to do at home as well. Okay, so parents don't have to be teachers. We've already mentioned that. Kids learning doesn't have to be really heavily structured. Kids can get learning in lots of different ways. So my suggestions to you is to keep your days interesting. So how do you do that? Well, the first thing is getting them up in the morning, because they know they're not having to go to school, but they still have to do school. My suggestion is to get them involved in taking some interest in putting in place some activities first thing in the morning that you know they're going to love. So what do they love to do? So it's going to be like a reward for them, but it's going to be an activity. So no machinery involved, no iPads and phones and things like that. This is a slightly different activity. So one of the things that I used to work with my son to get him up and get him motivated, get him into the day, was music. Now, music is really integral because it actually helps that part of the brain, exercises that part of the brain that increases productivity and motivation. So if you've got a child who's a bit, I don't want to get up, I don't have to go to school, that sort of thing, try some music. Get them on doing their own playlist. So as you go in to wake them up in the morning, you can have your phone or your iPad or wherever you keep your music playing a song. This will, as I said, it switches on that part of the brain that talks to the rest of the brain and the body about motivation. And it's just one of those natural things. So it's a nice way to wake up rather than to wake up to mum or dad, yelling, get out of bed, come on, it's night time to get out now. So it's a nice thing for the kids to be able to wake up to. So, and find that it'll kickstart their brain. Also, let's look at exercise. Exercise first thing in the morning is really good for increasing productivity too. So they can also use music along those lines, so they can have their playlist already functioning in their phone or their iPad, and they can go for a walk. They can do a short meditation in the morning. They can look forward to developing different breakfasts, because we usually reach for those cereals, don't we, because it's the quickest and the easiest. But we can use that for a learning, educational learning tool as well. Get the kids to investigate some different breakfast recipes. In those recipes, they'll have to do certain spoonfuls of things and half a cup of this, or 3 eggs, or quarter of a cup of milk, or whatever it might be. So they're learning things along that line as well, and they don't even realise it, because their learning is having fun. So that's what I mean about having it so regimented. We don't have to be so regimented. That's a great thing about the times that we're in now. So let's also look at some areas that we can have happening in the house. So when you've got lots of different kids, you don't want the kids all in one area getting in each other's hair and screaming at each other and doing the usual sibling things that they do and yelling at you and so on. So sit all the kids down together, and this is a great learning thing too that they can do. Get them to plan little areas in the house that they can go to do different things. So you can have a games area, and by a games area I don't mean electronic games. So I don't mean phone and iPad. Let's put those aside. They're seen as a reward for having done something, not and I'm trying to think of the word, I can't think of the word, something that they automatically get, that they feel, oh, isn't that interesting? I've totally forgotten the word. If someone can think of the word for me, pop it in the box below, please, because I'm having what I call for the kids a brain fart at the moment. Electronic games and things like that can be seen as a reward, not something that they get automatically. So, have some breakout areas in your home. So a breakout area could be games. Another breakout area could be where they go to clear their mind. So as we know as adults, you can't work all day every day. You've got to have breaks. Even if you go as an adult, go and get a coffee or go outside and have a cigarette or whatever it might be, still need a break. So kids need breaks too. So let's have some breakout areas. So one breakout area could just be a couple of bean bags or cushions or things like that, or an old mattress, or an old little couch, something like that, where they can just go and put their feet up for 10 minutes and just vague out or read a book. So some other things, get them different areas in the house working out those breakout areas, so everybody can have a bit of peace and quiet. The atmosphere in the home stays fun, and it stays focused, and it stays calm. That's the other difficult thing. So let's look at some more fun things to do. So encourage hobbies. Now I know kids have a lot of hobbies these days that are sports and going out for music lessons and things like that. But there are alternatives that you can do in the home. Even if you've got a small home, you might have a small front yard, they can still kick a ball around, or they can still play with a yo-yo if you've got a yo-yo, something like that. Declutter, that's the other thing. Get the kids helping you out. It's a really good skill, life skill to have, of how do I organise stuff? There's this corner in the house and I need your help decluttering it. What can we do about it? So that's a really good educational thing to do also. Share stories. Share stories is another lovely one. So in that timeout area, you could, as the parent, just nip in there and go, how you going today, mate? You going okay? They may say yes or whatever. Now, how about do you want to tell me a story, or do you want me to leave you alone, or those sorts of things? So ask their permission first. if it's okay for you to come and join them, because some kids might get a bit narky, they might need a little bit of time out. And I know those kids that are living with a disability like autism, sometimes they just need some time out. They just need you to leave them alone. And that's fine, but we need to know that, don't we? So the other fun thing I used to do with my son was we used to have the Nerf guns. Do you remember those Nerf guns with the little, they were soft little bullets and things like that on them? And we used to run around the house shooting each other. And whoever won that game could choose the family movie for that night, or could choose what we're going to have for dinner, those sorts of things. So the reward of winning is not a food or playing on the electric game of some sort. It was actually something you can do together. So family movie or cooking. So they get to choose what they eat. You can read a book together. Fantastic. Get them to read, if they go, oh, I can't read all that, it's got no pictures in it. Get them to read a paragraph, and then you read a paragraph, and then they read a paragraph. So read a book together. Cook. Cooking is a fantastic life skill to have. So what I'm suggesting with this time out with your kids at home is do lots of life skills, setting them up for later on. It doesn't have to be complicated maths things. Yes, school would have sent home some stuff, and have some time set out in your schedule every day where you do those things. But as an extension of that, if you're doing measurement, as an extension of measurement, get them to cook something. Get them to look up a recipe online, so they're also learning how to research. And with measurement, they're learning cups and half cups and quarter cups and things like that. So there's a lot of practical usage to those lessons they're getting from school, which are the more structured lesson. We can then branch off into something that is associated with a life skill. Put a puzzle together. Fantastic fun working out where all the pieces go and stuff like that. You can start with a smaller one. You can start with a 50 piece or a 100 piece and work up to 1,000 piece. You can play a board game or a card game, things that kids aren't usually into these days. Lots of electronic games going on these days, PS4, all those sorts of things. But teach them some games that you used to play as a kid, some board games, some card games. Try something new. This is a great thing. So go onto YouTube, go onto Google, look up that yoga class the kids have been carrying on about wanting to do. Find somebody that's going to help you to do that together. Learn how to draw. Try a new craft. There's some fantastic things online. Exercise class. You can take your computer or your iPad out into the garden and do the exercise on the actual lawn as a family, or yourself and just one child that wants to do it. Watch a family movie is always a great thing. So the awesome thing about being together in this time is the fact that we can do things together. We as parents can teach our kids those life skills we just don't get a chance to teach. Start a garden. Now, planning a garden. You go out, you take a tape measure and say, oh, okay, I want to put a veggie garden in over there. I'm not sure what size. What size do you think? Let's do some measurement. So again, you're getting back to giving kids hands-on life skills that will stay with them. You measure it out. Then you get a piece of paper and you measure it out. You show them how to do things to smaller scale. You talk about perimeter. You talk about I've forgotten the bit in the middle now. Someone help me out. Send me the word what it is. Perimeter and, the bit in the middle. I'll just say that. I can't remember at the moment. I've gone blank. But there's some great maths lessons that you can actually teach there, and it's hands-on stuff. So kids understand the application of what they're learning at school. Yeah, we've talked about decluttering space. We've talked about videos. We've talked about how about a picnic? An inside picnic or an outside picnic? The kids have to learn how to organise that. If you've got 6 people in the family, how much food are they going to need? How many plates? How many knives? How many forks? All that sort of stuff. How are they going to pack that stuff to get it outside? How are they going to set it up? Great organisational skills, life skills, really, really important. This next one I love, looking at the stars. You can do this as a family. Now, isn't it fantastic what's happening in China at the moment? They've got so little pollution, they can see the stars up in the sky for the first time in their life. Some people. How fantastic is that? Let's take this opportunity. Take out some blankets, put them on the ground, lie on the ground, teach your kids about the stars. Go onto Google, download a map of the stars and go, okay, with a little torch, okay, well, this one's here, should be up there, can you see it? So they're learning observational skills. They're learning, again, the research skills, which are going to be so important for them when they get older. They're learning about the wonder of the world, the appreciation of the world. I know a lot of kids have that already, but it's a hands-on life skill that's awesome for kids to be learning. I've thrown a lot in here together today, so I'm hoping this has given you some assistance with what's going on in the world and having to bring your family together. The most important thing is, please, parents, don't get stressed about the schoolwork. Yes, it's important. However, I don't think there's anybody out there that expects a parent who can't remember how to do long division. I don't think there's anyone out there that wants you to be stressed about the fact that you can't remember how to do long division. Please remember Mull It Over Monday, 2 p.m. here on my website, Facebook page. It's a free service. Please bring along your maths and English problems. I've had lots of parents ringing me saying, I can't remember how to do this. Can you give me a quick lesson so I can help my child? Please come along. Please call me. I am here to help you. If you want to contact me, please go to my website, www.learningboosters.com.au, and fill out the contact form. I give a half an hour of my time free to have a chat with you about your child's learning journey, whether it's a difficulty, whether you want to extend them, whether there's something that you've got from school that you just can't get your head around, can't remember how to do. That's quite understandable. I really hope that this time brings you together as a family. There's going to be those squabbles and all that sort of thing, isn't there? That's only natural. But use your house, your wonderful house that you live in, for different areas for the kids to be doing different things in, and your backyard or your front yard as well. I really hope that you are all managing and not stressing out too much. Please reach out to me. Only too happy to help you. I'm here to help. See you, folks. I'll see you hopefully on Mull It Over Monday. See you then. Bye.